Hi there. We're about to have one of the most amazing conversations together, okay? And the set of persons I would like to be talking to this time are the persons who are starting from what can be referred to as starting from maybe zero. And carrying this conversation forward, I would not like to refer to you as starting from zero because you are starting from one of the commodities that makes for wealth creation. There are three of them. One of them is time, one of them is knowledge, and the other one is human resources or people. So if you are lacking in any, you need one to start with. Now that you know that you are starting from time, you have a lot of it at your disposal. You have to learn where next to invest the time. When you attend seminars and you are starting from zero, you keep hearing things like compounding interest, compounding interest, compounding interest. And then you don't know what to compound because basically you don't really have anything to compound. Not knowing fully well that one of the major criteria that is needed for sustainable growth and development is at your disposal, which is what? Time. Now, where then do you compound this time to grow? You compound the time in knowledge. Okay, knowledge talks about the constant learning with a knowing that gives you an edge. So the first thing you need to know is that what area do you want to grow in? Then you start compounding on the time you have, acquiring knowledge. Okay, acquiring knowledge. So the next thing you need to do is that you need to acquire a skill in the line where you need to grow. Okay, you need to be priced above your present time. Your time is worth nothing because you yourself has not invested in yourself, so you are worth nothing. So you have to look in the sphere of influences that exist, look for a skill that is needed, and devote the time you have and learn the skill. That is the first place you compound. Then the next place you learn how to compound is that you need to, now after you are done acquiring the skill, the next place you go to is that you need to acquire an asset that generates income. You hear that on a large scale. But now you are compounding from time. So what then do you buy? When you buy device or you buy phones or you buy gadgets or you buy things that present you excellently, that is you buying an asset that are called asset generating revenue. What do I mean by that? We live in a time where the new currency is defined by excellence delivered in time. The new currency of the new age where we live in is excellence delivered what? In time. So if you can deliver excellence in time, or if the gadget you buy helps you to deliver excellence in time, that is your first asset that generates what? Income. So that is your own first place to compound. So when you are starting from time, what do you compound? You compound time learning or acquiring knowledge. Then when you are done acquiring this knowledge, your first asset should be what? An asset that generates income. So if an iPhone, if a Samsung, if a laptop is something that will help you to deliver excellence or to speak the language of the new age, you buy that, which it becomes what? Your assets that generate income. Now, these things are not what you buy all over. There are things that you are going to acquire and you keep, and growth becomes the next margin that you keep. So after you learn to compound time, you are learning to compound what? Assets in their smaller volume. Then the next thing is that you need to learn how to compound the monies that you are making itself. You need to learn how to separate yourself from the income that you are generating. Get something that can sustain you and find a way to save the rest in something that appreciate. These are things that we can learn in classes when we find ourselves together in rooms where we can learn. There are things you can do that causes these monies to grow further. And above all, the last thing that you must learn to compound in is in the favor of God. The Bible speaking about Jesus, he said he grew in stature, in favor with God and with men. You need to learn to compound favor. Favor opens doors that no man can shut. Now let's take it all over again. You need to compound what? Time. And how do you compound time? You compound time increasing in knowledge. Knowledge that is required per time.